So we're doing a sit down video. Hello. Um, I got a job as a medical assistant, even though I'm not certified as a medical assistant. I have not gone through the medical assistant like training, certification, classes, program. I've not done that. Mind you, like during the interview of the job, the guy was explaining to me, I reiterated to him, I was like, hey, I am not certified. Are you aware of that? Is that okay? What kind of training do you guys require, or do you guys have for someone who is coming in with no true program experience certification thing? And he reassured me that there are some states that don't require you to be certified to be able to be hired as a medical assistant, and my state is one of them. When I first found the position, it is at an urgent care. It was $14 an hour, and they did not require you to be a certified medical assistant, but they did prefer if you had some kind of healthcare background. Now, that definitely piqued my interest because I recently got my nurse aid certification. You guys can check out my vlogs where I was practicing and getting ready for my skills test. I had to take it twice because I failed the first time. That's its own story. But yeah, I was very excited but nervous because the job description said they didn't require it, so I was like, shit, let me try. Because at that point, which I found that application maybe 2-3 weeks ago, I had been looking for a job for the past 2 months, because previously I had been working at Red Robin. I actually just quit Red Robin a couple of days ago. My last shift was a couple of days ago. I was just really over it, and getting my nurse aid certification and knowing that my long-term plans and my long-term goals reside in the medical field, I just really wanted to get some kind of position, some kind of full-time position in a medical field profession, instead of continuing to get more experience in customer service. And I really was I was applying to anything and everything. I had been trying my hardest to get a nurse aid job in the hospital. That proved to be unsuccessful. I wasn't even getting an interview, guys. They really mean it when they say that it's just hard to get a position in those areas with no experience. You know what I mean? Because the people that are applying, they all have nurse aid certifications, but everyone else is primarily going to have a lot of experience, professional experience being a nurse aid, whereas when I applied, I had zero experience, and I just passed and just became a nurse aid. So yeah, but anyways, I applied to that job, got a call, which I wasn't even about to answer that phone call, but I decided to answer it because I knew that I had been applying to a lot of jobs recently, and I was like, what if this is one of the jobs? So I accepted the phone call, and yeah, we were just talking, and he seemed very friendly, and he was cool, and it was like a quick 10-minute phone screening. And then we scheduled an actual Zoom interview a week later. And during that interview, he kind of really made me feel excited and hopeful and confident in the position, for the primary fact that I really kept reiterating hey, how is the training? What are we doing? What's going on? And interestingly enough, at the company that I now work at, they have required training before you can ever start the job. So I have to go to a training center, and I have to train there for 40 hours, and then I start what is it called? Is it shadowing? I guess it's shadowing. I start shadowing an actual MA at the urgent care, and then I'm on my own. And so right this second, I'm in the process of completing all of my, I actually just had my HR meeting this morning. So I had my HR meeting this morning, and in 2 days I'll be going to the urgent care to complete all of my e-learnings, which is just, on the computer, e-learning stuff. So I'll be going there. Today is Tuesday. And then next week, I'm probably going to start going to the actual training center and getting my 40 hours done of training to, move the process along. My biggest nerves, well, there's two things. When it comes to the actual job responsibilities, my biggest nerves is the whole encompassing idea of phlebotomy, if I even said that word right. Because, if you guys know the difference between a medical assistant certification and a nurse aid certification, very, very, very different. Nurse aid, they focus on your ADLs, so you're focusing on your feeding, your bathing, that's what you're primarily doing as a nurse aid in some kind of facility, whereas a medical assistant is like assisting the doctor. They're doing a lot of charting, they're doing drawing blood, flu shots, stuff like that. So things that I've never done before. So that makes me nervous because I want to feel confident and I want to feel ready, but at the end of the day, I have not taken a phlebotomy course, and at this point I'm kind of just jumping in head first and hoping the training is good. But I do plan on kind of doing my own practicing with like watching YouTube videos and getting tips and tricks. And I saw a kit on Amazon. It's like this little kit. It comes with like fake blood and like this little thing that you put on your arm so you can like practice drawing blood. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But I really want to do the best I can do to like put my best foot forward. And yeah, I currently go to community college. If you guys don't watch my vlogs, I'm in school right now. I'm doing my prereqs so that next year, which like in January, February, I will be officially applying to a radiography program to become a radiologic technician as like my career. So I'm just finishing up all those prereqs, but I'm kind of nervous just for the job because it's a rotating schedule, 12-hour shifts, rotating schedule. So I'd be working like 4 days one week and then 3 days another, and then 4 days the next week and then 3 days the next week. And so because of that, I actually do have one in-person class, and I'm just nervous that I'm gonna have to miss some of those days of school so that I can actually not be a nuisance at work and be like, I can't work that day, you know what I mean? Which is not the worst thing in the world, just because the class I'm taking, like it's a hybrid class. So my online portion of the class is lab. So the actual learning of the class you kind of do online, and you come in person for that class for like labs, and you'll go over like the lab practicals, which is something else I won't get into. But I went ahead and wrote down, there's like 3 days for the rest of the year that I know I will need to be in class. Those are days that I'm taking lab practicals that I have to be in class for. So I kind of have those days written down, and then I guess whenever training ends, or maybe while it's happening, I'll have to speak to my manager and be like, hey, I need you to know that I cannot work these 3 days that coincide within like the rest of the year. And then after December, it's like the middle of December, my classes end. So then I will be kind of free and I won't have any classes to do. So I'll be able to actually focus all my attention on work. I was like contemplating, I was thinking like, oh, maybe I can take a phlebotomy class while I'm at work, but it's just like so much, guys. Like I found one where it was like online, but you had to come in 1 day a week. And then of course at the end of like the 2-month program, you have to go to clinicals for a month, and that's like 9 to 5 for a month, and that can't work with my schedule. So I don't really know, that's not really gonna work. I even saw, like I found a phlebotomy class that's like completely online, where you just watch videos, and then you have to be in some kind of job where you're able to actually do these kind of blood draws, and then someone would sign off on that, and that would count as like your clinicals, and then you would be eligible to take the exam to become a phlebotomist. But even that is a little weird because it's like, at least the program I found online, it was like $2,000, which is like that's like ugh. Because the programs that are at my school and surrounding community colleges that are like in person are only like, after everything is said and done, approximately $700. And it's just like, damn, like I cannot really convince myself that $2,000 makes any sense at all. So that's not gonna work. I don't know. So I might just like have to cross my fingers that the training is good and that the people that I end up working with are helpful. So those are like the nerves for me. But yeah, a couple days I'll be going to the clinic to do my e-learnings, and then next week I'll be going to their training center to actually train, whatever that means. Hopefully it's in depth, hopefully it's helpful, and then I guess in 2 weeks I will be starting and I'll be like working. I'm excited. Mind you, at Red Robin I was making 11 something, so I appreciate the pay bump, even though you could still claim it's shitty because it kind of still is. But I need to look at the positives because it is what it is, so I have to keep pushing. Yeah, but definitely let me know down below if you guys have any advice for me, any videos for me, any tips for me that I can watch or listen to or adhere to when it comes to drawing blood, like, you know, specifically from people who have gone through maybe MA programs, like what was helpful for you. Obviously I know in those like phlebotomy programs, like you literally practice on your classmates for drawing blood. That's not really something I have the availability to do at this moment. So I don't know, just let me know what y'all suggest or what you think would be helpful for me. I will take any and all advice. But I'm excited for this new chapter and I hope it works out for me. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Definitely subscribe, like the video, watch my other content. I do vlogs. I haven't done a vlog in a minute because I've been so busy with life, but watch my other vlogs. And yeah, have a great day.